Hello everyone, it's Myrene here, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how to make a new rainbow loom bracelet. We are going to be needing 2 colors, and you are going to be needing 2 looms for this piece. Make sure your looms are set up in this configuration. So the 2 colors we are going to be using today is Rainbow Looms Caribbean Green Pearl Bands. And then our second color is going to be Rainbow Looms Glow Electric Blue. So the first thing we are going to do is lay down our border bands. After when you're done laying down your border bands, the next thing we are going to do is put some V bands down in the center. So after when you're done putting down your V bands in the center, the next thing we are going to do is put down a single chain in the center. So after putting down your single chain in the center, the last thing we need to do is put down some bands that go across. So you're going to take 2 bands and then stretch them across. So after putting on your blue crossbands, what we need to do is turn our loom around. We are going to place a cap band here. Okay. So the very first thing we are going to do is loop our single chain. So after looping your single chain, the next thing we need to do is loop our V bands. So what we're going to do is go inside this cat band, pull this up, and do the same thing on the other side. And then what we're going to do is go underneath. You want to go underneath here and pull this over. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to go underneath and pull this over. And then when you get to the very top up here, what you're going to do, you actually are just going to loop these up. Okay. Now the very last thing we need to do is our border. Okay, so what you're going to do is go in here, grab this band, pull it up, go underneath, and pull it over. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pull it up, go underneath, pull it over. Okay, so until you reach to the very top, what you're going to do is go inside all of these bands, and then you are going to take 2 bands and pull them through, and then take your C-clip and clip your bands. So after when you've done that, take some time to take your piece off the loom. The very last thing we need to do to complete this piece is we need to do some side stitching. So what you want to do is, well, as you can see, there are some bands going like that. we are going to be stitching those. So what you want to do is go inside your first band, and for the stitching color I am going to be using my electric blue, and then you go into your next band, so you're basically going to do the same process until you reach to the top. So until you reach to the very top up here, you want to go in here, inside this band, and stitch it through. And then what you want to do is take one side, unclip it, and then you're going to pull these bands through and then clip these bands back on. Now, as you can see, one side has been stitched. The next thing we need to do is stitch the other side. So when you reach to the very top, we're going to do the same thing. You go inside this band, you stitch it through, and then we are going to unclip this side, and then pull these bands through and clip this back on. As you can see, both sides have been stitched. Okay, so the very last thing we need to do is make our tiny extension. So we're going to go inside these clipped bands and unclip these. And then take two rubber bands and pull these through. And then clip. And then the next thing we need to do is do the other side. So find your cap band. Take your C-clip and clip your bands. Your bracelet is complete. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching.